Even though lightweight Air phones were eventually surpassed by the Samsung S25 Edge, there's no denying that Apple was the one who really started this trend. That said, the market response to the iPhone Air was far from impressive, and some brands simply backed off altogether. Honor, however, decided to go the opposite way and step into the spotlight with the Magic 8 Pro Air. Whether that move came from pressure or pure confidence, one thing is clear: they believed this phone had something worth showing. A quick shout out to my tech partner from China for sharing this video. A big thank you for making this possible. Hey everyone, it's Maiky from Maiky. If you love staying updated with the latest gadgets, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our exciting tech content. For any flagship device, the first thing I look for is whether its build quality actually feels worthy of its price. On that front, the Magic 8 Pro Air delivers. The way the mid-frame blends into the back panel feels smooth and seamless, both to the eye and in the hand, almost like a single piece. The orange accent trim really stands out here and giving off a warm metallic glow that looks lively without being flashy. Up front, you get a 1.5K ultra-narrow quad-curved display, and the extremely high screen-to-body ratio makes the whole phone feel refined and premium. If I had to nitpick, the camera module cover looks a bit less premium than the rest of the design, which is slightly disappointing, but honestly, that's about the only visual downside. At just 155 grams and only 6.1 millimeters thick, this phone feels refreshingly light, especially for anyone tired of carrying around heavier slab-like devices. Using it genuinely brought back memories of the iPhone 6 era. That said, the right-angled edges aren't the most comfortable during longer use. Compared to similar phones, its slimness alone isn't Honor's biggest advantage, it's the compact size. With a 6.3-inch display and a width under 72 millimeters, the grip is excellent, and one-handed use feels natural and secure. It may not shock you with extreme thinness, but it wins by being comfortable and confidence-inspiring in daily use. Of course, being slim and compact isn't automatically impressive. Calling a phone Air is easy. Air has no weight, no volume, no limits. You could just shrink the battery, drop the camera quality, and downgrade the speakers. Thankfully, Honor didn't take that shortcut. Battery life is clearly a top priority here, and they went all in. The Magic 8 Pro Air packs a 5,500 mAh battery, which is genuinely impressive for a phone this size. In real-world use, scrolling through social feeds, watching videos, and occasionally playing lighter games like Honor of Kings, a full charge down to 20% delivers around 5 to 6 hours of screen-on time. Getting through a full day, whether usage is light or heavy, isn't an issue at all. I wouldn't recommend keeping the display constantly in full screen mode, though. While the orange and blue color theme looks great, it does consume noticeably more power. For medium to high intensity use, here's a real example. On a sunny winter afternoon from 4 to 6:30 p.m., using 5G data, listening to music over Bluetooth, taking around 130 photos, and running navigation for about an hour and a half, the battery dropped by just 39%. Given how demanding that scenario is, I'd say the endurance is genuinely solid. Charging is another strong point. The Magic 8 Pro Air supports up to 80-watt wired charging, hitting 20% in just 15 minutes and reaching a full charge in about 53 minutes. It also supports up to 50-watt wireless charging. Once you get used to topping up quickly, battery anxiety basically disappears. And honestly, if wireless charging were removed just to squeeze in a bit more battery, would that really be worth it? The camera setup is another pleasant surprise. The Magic 8 Pro Air comes with a proper triple rear camera system, main, telephoto, and ultra-wide, and none of them feel like filler. Overall camera performance is actually stronger than the standard version. The telephoto lens uses the same OV64B sensor, offering native 3.2x and 6.4x zoom. In good lighting, clarity is solid, though it does struggle in extremely low light or at very high zoom levels. Because of the triple reflection optical path used to keep the phone thin, the focusing distance is slightly longer, meaning you'll need to stand up when photographing food on a table. The main camera is the same OV50 sensor found on the Pro version, with a large sensor and wide aperture that deliver consistently strong image quality. The focal lengths at 23, 28, 35, 46, and 50 millimeters are all very usable in everyday shooting. Focusing feels reliable, sharpness is excellent, and the background blur looks natural. But what really stands out to me is the color science. More than 80% of my photos are taken with this phone because the contrast between light and shadow feels stronger and the colors come out richer and more expressive. It's especially well suited for street photography. Add the white full-frame watermark and you can just keep shooting. Sometimes, even without a story in mind, the photos end up creating one on their own. I actually find the shutter button on the Magic 8 Pro Air very practical. Because the phone itself is compact, the higher placement makes it easy to reach whether you're using your left or right hand, and opening the camera feels quick and natural. That said, the camera animation could definitely be smoother. Another small detail worth mentioning is the rear flash. It uses 5 LEDs and gets surprisingly bright, enough to clearly light up the road when you're walking home at night, which is genuinely useful. When it comes to performance, using a Snapdragon chip here would probably push costs too high. After all these years, even some flagship phones are turning back to MediaTek, and that choice makes sense. In real-world use, the Dimensity 9500 performs almost the same as the Snapdragon 8 Gen 5, unless you're pushing it under extremely heavy loads. For everyday tasks paired with Magic OS, everything feels smooth and reliable, with no random app crashes or freezing. If I really had to be picky, some system animations can't be interrupted, so when you move too fast through menus, you might notice a slight delay. For example, when opening the Task Manager, you have to wait for the animation to fully finish before you can swipe or tap again. Gaming performance is solid for most popular titles. Games like Honor of Kings and PUBG Mobile run smoothly, and heat is kept within reasonable limits. However, with more demanding games like Genshin Impact, temperature control starts to struggle a bit. After around 20 to 30 minutes, the area near the camera module can get quite hot, even though the frame rate still manages to stay around a stable 60 FPS. For normal daily use, there's no real pressure at all. Just don't treat it like a dedicated gaming phone, because both heat and battery life will take a hit. One thing that really surprised me was the speaker performance. At first, I thought dual speakers would be just good enough, but the actual sound quality is better than expected. It doesn't sound thin or harsh, and the overall tuning is well balanced, easily comparable to some standard flagship devices. The fingerprint sensor is a single-point ultrasonic type, and the phone uses an X-axis linear motor. The vibration feedback is a bit on the weak side, but that's not entirely unexpected. With a slim and lightweight phone, you can't have everything. One thing I'm genuinely curious about is why the Magic 8 Pro Air doesn't include the IP69K rating that comes standard on other Magic 8 series models. Instead, it only supports IP68 and IP69. If anyone knows the reason behind that, feel free to share. To be honest, when I first heard Honor was launching an Air model, I was a bit surprised. The Air concept is tricky because slim and lightweight designs often come with heavy compromises or inflated pricing, which usually doesn't leave a great impression. Honor is typically a very practical brand, so how did they handle these trade-offs? The answer is actually pretty simple. Honor only kept what truly mattered, shaping the Magic 8 Pro Air into a product that feels both distinct and well-balanced. Other brands often use Air models as experimental platforms, but Honor chose to bring over mature technologies and proven solutions instead. That's why the overall polish and completeness feel a step above what you might expect. The base version of the Honor Magic 8 Pro Air starts at 4,999 yuan in China, which is roughly 534 pounds in the UK and about 718 US dollars. Personally, I don't think that's expensive at all. Packing this level of hardware into a 155-gram body takes serious engineering skill. The Air version is also positioned slightly above the standard model, which is something Apple and Samsung do as well. What's impressive here is that Honor didn't significantly downgrade the specs. For users who really care about lightweight phones, the Magic 8 Pro Air is a very appealing option. Releasing a product aimed at a more niche audience is a bold move for Honor, and I really hope they stick with this direction. All right, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.